I thought about how I'd react today. This is the 80th show of Risk On, what could be the greatest show ever about risk, but probably not. That's a forward-looking statement. I know people like me to say, they want me to say it is the greatest show about risk, but I assure you it's not, but it could be. This is May 25th. It's 1:16 on the left coast of the United States. Of course, I live in Nevada, so I'm not on the full left coast like some of those people out there, I don't know, giving stuff away for free in California. Or meet Kevin. Meet Kevin running for governor. Meet Kevin. I invite you to come on our show, Meet Kevin. I love you. I love your stuff. I'm a subscriber. You and I have communicated a few times. Although you don't know who I am, I know who you are. And I'd love to have you on your show, and let's talk about your campaign. In fact, if you come on the show, I'll donate money to your campaign, and I'll ask everyone to donate money to your campaign. Come on the show, Kevin. I'd love to see it.
Nice.
What do you think, Josh? What do you think? Meet Kevin on the show, everybody?
Mm-hmm.
We all for that? Hey, how about you, Skylar? Meet Kevin?
Yep, I vote yes.
Today is Steel Day. Not Bastille like they're going to cut your head off, but steel like we're going to roll steel or we're going to make tubular steel. Because all of you know that we filed the 13D on Friedman Industries. And it was out there for the public. Stock trading at 850, 9, 9.25, 9.5. Hello, steel prices are up. Hello, steel. And see, there's no way I can see. I can't talk like you do, Marshall.
Yeah.
You have a way of saying it without being a smartass. I sound like a smartass. I'm not even trying to be a smartass, but I don't know how to do it. But everyone who knows, watches the shows, knows we're long Friedman.
Friedman.
FRD. And today it went parabolic, opened at 1490, I think.
Unreal.
Huge, mega earnings.
Mega.
I mean, wow.
Unstoppable!
Mega earnings. Hey, welcome to the Naked Army. I know there's a little drama there, like someone implying that I don't own any Naked. That would be a lie. Anyone saying I don't own Naked for the portfolio for DPW, Ault Global, would be a liar.
They would be.
We do own Naked.
Yep.
There's Jeff Bombshell, Go FRD. And Jeff is my man who, he was involved. He was an owner of WSI when I tried to take that over. And for full disclosure and all the credit in the world, it is Jeff who pushed me to look at Friedman.
Yeah.
I got to give Jeff credit where credit is due. See, I don't take credit for things that aren't mine, but I do take credit for putting $5 million into that investment. And the stock's up 1.9 million for us for today.
That's all.
Just 1.9 million.
A little bit of lunch money.
That's it.
As Tom Doherty, my manager, when I was at Dean Witter said, even a blind robin gets a worm once in a while. But special credit to Jeff. By the way, I think we still owe Jeff money. We got to handle that. We owe Jeff money for that NCAA win that apparently this company, we have to figure out how to expense that the right way. But Jeff, we will take care of you. I thought I would tell everybody that I do own some Naked brands. And I'm going to do that now for full disclosure for all you conspiracy theorists. What?
No.
Oh, you want to save it for another?
We could.
Oh, okay. We'll show them later. You know, you got to stay to see what I own.
There you go. Receipts
You got to
incoming.
stay on the show.
Yeah, we fixed the glitch.
We did fix the glitch.
Dude, Rudy. Thank you.
Now, I will comment only this comment. I know that you read the 10Q, and it said there was a Naked transaction, and I want to be clear with everyone. I was very clear when all the Naked Army people came to the show that I could not discuss that 13G filing, and I've never said one word about it, and I'm not going to say another word about it. That was a financial transaction that happened. This is a company that's a for-profit enterprise. I'm here to make a profit. I can like something and have another transaction going on. It happens all the time.
yeah.
And I am a believer that Naked Brands is going to do something with the money, and we are presently long in our digital power lending account, Naked Brands. And I will disclose to you what we're long and why we're buying down here and how much we own right now and what we plan to purchase. But that does not mean that because I did a transaction, because I am in the business of transacting, lending, owning, etc., that does not mean that I don't do financial transactions. So that's all the disclosure I can give you.
Yeah.
I'm in financial transactions with many other public companies. If you have any questions, Put them in the chat. We'll get to them later. I promise you that. But we have a special guest today. Marshall's back in the house.
Great to be here.
Back by popular demand.
Let's go.
Marshall Wilkinson.
Awesome.
I said it right, too. You see that?
You didn't
Put
have
the
the
N in
R.
there.
He didn't
What?
put the R in.
The N.
Wilkerson.
N before R. R doesn't exist, actually.
I said Wilkinson.
Yeah, no,
Wilkinson.
you got it right. You hit it.
I got it
perfect.
right.
Yeah.
I love the Naked Army, and if any of you think I'm not honest with you, I'd love to hear it because I believe you go through all my disclosure. I am absolutely honest. And by the way,
Dardura, where's...
Dardura, where is his merch? Why has Dardura not got his merch?
We have a shipment coming.
Oh, okay.
Oh, that's right. I apologize, Dardura. You may be caught up in one of the cycles. One of the cycles in terms of new print. We given a. I think in one day we got an order for 50 of them. So
Yeah.
Wow.
you never know how much we have, but I assure you it's on its way. We're going to take care of you. No worries about that.
Hey, listen, we had a little drama in the Telegram group yesterday. After the filing, one rogue moderator decided to just ban me from the chat. But I just want everybody to know that after further review, that person actually apologized. And, yeah, I'm welcome back to the chat. All we've done is support the Naked brand, the Naked Army.
Absolutely.
And,
I understand that they look at a transaction and say, what happened here? I get that. But that doesn't mean we're not long. Naked doesn't mean we're not a believer.
Yeah.
So it is what it is. I truly understand people get emotional. Listen, I bought some more Naked today. I bought it. I waited right to the close to add a little bit to it. I'm an accumulator now.
yeah.
I don't have inside information. I wish I did. If I did, I wouldn't act upon
We
it.
just like the stock. What's the big deal?
No. I'm going to be very specific about Naked Brands. I want to be clear. Put the financial 13G transaction aside. I believe that Justin is going to do something with the money.
Yeah.
I believe he's going to make an acquisition. They're not raising all that capital for their health. Well, they might be, actually. Maybe it makes them healthier.
Yeah.
But it will be deployed at one point.
They're going to deploy that capital,
Yeah.
and I'm gonna get behind something there. There's going to be a transaction to happen.
I agree.
Let's get to the market real quick, though. Jason, let's cover where we are in the market.
So, yeah, today we had some news from new home sales came out. Very underwhelming. April new home sales, consensus 955,000 new home sales. Actual came in at 863,000 new home sales. Big miss there. Consumer confidence, 119.5 rating was expected. Actual was 117.2, so a bit underwhelming there. Just to give you a little bit of a snapshot for new home sales for March, was actually 1.02 million in new home sales. We're kind of trending downward here, even though interest rates are going down. It's something to watch. Inventory is pretty low, though, to be honest. Lumber costs. Cost to build these homes have gone up significantly. Commodities through the roof. My man Marshall's going to talk about that strategy, I'm sure. But the market today, the Dow Jones Industrial was down 81 points to 34,312. The NASDAQ was flat, down 4 at 13,657. And the S&P was flat also, 4188. Bitcoin, because it's such a fluid situation, let me give you what we have right now at this time.
Let's see the print on that.
We got BTC at 37.7.
Okay.
Ethereum 25.60. Oil 65.88 for a barrel of light sweet crude. Something that we all need. I don't know about these left-wing crazies saying that we don't need oil. Whatever. We know we need it. Gold printed 1,900 today, folks. 1,900 an ounce.
You got to feel good about that.
Silver 28.12 and copper hanging in there 4.51 a pound.
Hey, I always tell people that when I'm long here, always for full disclosure, we are long FRD, although I do want to admit today with FRD, we had a pretty big position in it. We did trim tiny little bit of it because it rallied to 1490, which is kind of a pretty big move for considering we've been up about almost 2 million in what, a period of what, a couple weeks?
Yeah.
So we're long. That's one of our largest positions, FRD. We're long SSNT, POWW. I did cut back POWW. We were long 420,000 shares of POWW. Actually, I apologize. We're long about 450,000 shares of POWW. The 13D filing on IKNX.
Yep.
We are long that stock still. We've been long that 13D filing for a while now. We are long Chara, CHRA, MDRR. I've been adding to Discovery Communications. That stock is down for us. We're long GWAC. That's a SPAC, not doing well. URG, we're long. Rocket Mortgage, we're long. Honest Companies, Jessica, jeez Louise. Every day I'm getting pounded in your stock.
I know.
DSS, we're long. U1, I never get that right. What is that? That's
Urban One.
Urban One.
Radio networks. They're expanding into potentially expanding into
Clean Spark. Everyone knows we love Clean Spark. We
casinos.
talk about it forever. ONTX murdered. ANVS, we're long ANVS. There's a reason they're in healthcare. They do something with Alzheimer's. Oh, I didn't know anything about that. Would you? Anyways, we're long Engine Media. Larry Frank. Larry Frank, hoping to see that uplisted to the NASDAQ. MDRR, I talked about. SSY, small position. BLRX, small position. LGVN, small position. USAU, small position. I'm short AMC today. Kind of right at the close, I added a little more to the short of AMC, just a little bit. Like, okay, all those memers out there. I'm short Peloton, and I'm short the triple Qs. I am hedged, as they call it.
USAU goes with the gold play. That's actually U.S. Gold Corp.
That's your play. It's one of your wackadoo stocks.
Made a mistake. We didn't size more into that.
Yeah, right.
That's a good long idea, by the way.
We are long
Just for us.
SOS, Canon, CLBS, NVOS, AEZS. Oh, what's that? Naked Brands. Oh, that's right.
Yep.
We're long NAC, NAK, KIQ, and then we are short the Tesla calls. We are short the QQQs again. And today I initiated a GameStop short. I shorted the 230 calls on GameStop, and I got paid $11.96 to hold those for 3 days. So we'll see what happens with GameStop. I thought I did some more GameStop. Oh, yeah, I did. And I also shorted the GameStop 290 calls out a week.
Right.
And I got paid $6 to do that. So the stock has to go up $80.
Yep.
And then up an additional $6, and then I'm a loser.
Yep.
Yeah.
I think I'll be right. But I've been wrong before. Don't listen to me.
Those home sale numbers, though. I mean,
Yeah.
that's because homes are too expensive.
Lumber.
I mean, that's it. Well, that's new construction.
Yeah.
And that's not what that number reflects. It
Yeah, that was
reflects
new,
home buys.
New home sales.
Oh, it's new home.
Yeah, new home.
Well, that's it right
But
there,
that's
brother.
they're expensive.
Too much money.
I mean, over $200 a square for just basic run-of-the-mill townhomes and single-family residences.
It's nuts, man.
It's expensive.
Let's
That's nuts. That's called
when are we
inflation.
going to play that program? Second segment. Let's pull up the chart here. I'm going to go F11 here. We pull this up. Can you leave that for a second, please? I know you're going to be instinctual to take it down. Can you split the screen if you need to? No. This is the 5-day on Friedman Industries, up 30.96% today, 1345. For full disclosure, we owned 7.8%, I believe, of the company at Ault Global Holdings through a subsidiary. And why'd I buy it? Undervalued. Jeff brought it to my attention. Did a lot of work on the company.
Right.
And I thought Josh would like to see us go through an example of my decision making. Stock had a lot of cash in the bank. They had just went through a pretty big upgrade cycle in terms of modernizing their plants.
$7 million.
They spent a lot of money on new stretchers, steel stretchers. And I talked to my industry professionals. They told me, oh, my God, people need it, massive demand, etc. I actually talked to you about it.
Yeah.
Yeah. You happen to be in construction.
Happen to be.
Right.
Yep.
And you might buy steel from time to time.
Time to time.
Yeah. So it was very simple. I filed a 13D position. I bought 7.7%. Stock kind of moved on me a little bit because it's low float. A lot of characteristics here, low float. And spoke to management. We did not have an NDA, so they just called me after they found out that I became the largest shareholder of the company.
Yep.
It's a nice courtesy call. Hey, you're the largest shareholder. Can I call you?
Yeah.
Sure, let's talk. And then, of course, today they came out and said they're going to earn $1.50 for the quarter, $10 million, debt-free, got a line of credit.
Yep.
Boom, 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 and the stock reacted today. It went as high as $14.90 in the pre-market. Of course, I was sleeping.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love this play, though.
No, they pre-announced earnings, yeah, for sure.
Hey, don't forget that penny dividend.
Yeah. So I cut it back, but it's still a very large position. I think I had like 550,000 shares, and I sold 50,000 shares to take my position to 500,000, just to ease that out a little bit, because the position got oversized relative to what I want to pay for it if I were to ever. So when you file a 13D versus a G, I filed a 13G on Naked Brands. That was a passive position, nothing really to do with management. When you file a 13D, and I'm an activist investor, this is where I plan to do something with the company. I plan to ask them to do a transaction, or to increase the dividend, or do a buyback, or look for a merger candidate, or put the company up for sale. Many things that Carl Icahn does. Now, I'm not claiming I'm Carl Icahn, but I'm trying to give you an example of this. And I have several 13Ds out there. And this was an important one. Why do I bring this up? Because this happened less than a month ago.
Yeah.
This is all public knowledge. I put this out there for everyone to see. And we got a bluey today, right?
Big time.
Yeah. And everyone knows this is owned. This is not, I'm not giving you inside information. Everyone knows this is owned by DPW / Ault Global Holdings, which I'm the executive chairman in. Now, you're probably asking yourself, we ask you questions about DPW all the time. Why can't I talk to you about it on the show? Because you can't.
Right.
But if it's disclosed in the marketplace, we can talk about it.
Correct.
I assure you, every regulator that wants to kill me will kill me if I do something wrong. So I have lawyers, and I do everything I can to stay within the square paper of the law. Occasionally, if I ever go out of that square paper, there's someone there to whack me in the head.
I'll whack you.
Right, you'll whack me along
Big
with
time.
the 4 lawyers I have on retainer. It's
true.
No, that actually work at the company.
Yes.
Is it 3 or 4? I think it's 4. And then outside lawyers too.
Yeah.
But I can tell you with conviction, I'm long this stock. Now, read the 13D filing. It says in there, I may sell it. I may sell this. I'm not telling you I'm never going to sell any Friedman. If this stock went higher, I might sell some. But if it went lower, I might buy some.
Yeah.
That's the point of the marketplace. You take advantage with the information you have at the time, and I want everyone to understand what I'm doing, right, with these positions. This is very clear, concise, right? Everyone understands.
Yep.
And I'm going to later on show you my small but growing position in Naked Brands, and we can talk about that. And I'm not going to file a 13D on Naked Brands.
You see what Armada said?
What?
13D to force Justin on the show.
I'm not going to file.
That's great.
I'm not going to file a 13D on Naked. I can't. First of all, Naked is a $400 million company. If they make an acquisition, they're successful, it could be $1 billion business. I don't have the wherewithal to do that. I wish I did. And I actually think that they have a strategy. I'd love for them to explain it all to us.
It'd be nice to know.
But I'm suspicious they have one, or they wouldn't be raising all that capital.
Absolutely.
So with that in mind, let's move on to the segment. Hey, if you're new to the show, thanks for watching Risk On. I'm the chairman of Ault Global. I'm with Jason Bartholomew, my partner in crime. Marshall is a guest host today. And Skyla, the lovely Skyla over there in the corner, she is my executive assistant. And she's on the show because she's better looking than all of us. No, she's on the show because... Why are you on the show anyways? Do you know why you're on the show?
To add youth.
To add youth. Is that code from an old man?
Yeah.
Ouch. We talk about poker, Bitcoin, stocks, politics, and how it relates to the market. And I want to talk about Bitcoin. And 3 days ago, what Marshall did. Do you remember what you did, Marshall?
I do.
Now, I would, if I were a listener, I'd pay special attention to who I consider to be someone smart. He's on the show, so maybe he's not that smart, but he's a smart guy, nonetheless. And he said the word shoehorn, Elon Musk and shoehorn. Yeah. I wonder if you could take us kind of through your thought processes around Elon Musk, Michael Saylor, and what's going on there.
Well, I'm happy to hear what happened. The culmination of the meeting that Saylor and Musk had with the largest Bitcoin miners in North America, but. I'm glad that happened sooner rather than later, but I knew it was going to happen. I mean, it was clear as day that Musk, as a big-time macro guy, was saying, listen, guys, let's take our medicine now. Let's get some initiatives going for renewable energy as it relates to mining Bitcoin. And, a few days ago I was on the show and I said it. I said it was clear as day. When everybody wanted to kill Musk, you're trying to kill Bitcoin, and everyone was in the weeds with emotion, I had a feeling that there was a larger play here. And it turns out, day before yesterday, they had a meeting. Michael Saylor and Elon Musk had a meeting with the largest Bitcoin miners in North America, and they created a Bitcoin mining council, which is a council that has initiatives and targeting and tracking of renewable energy output for mining new Bitcoin, and also accountability. And that's huge. So you put the big guys together and say, hey, look, we have a focus to make this thing as clean as we can. Okay, otherwise, the golden goose is going to not be as golden in the court of public opinion, I believe, for the short term. And they took their medicine, just like Musk, I think, forced them to do, and what his original intention was behind his tweets. So I was happy that happened, and I said it here on the show.
You did say it on the show.
Yeah.
You absolutely made it clear, and it happened.
Yeah. And it happened, yeah.
I have a whole nother commentary, which no one will like, by the way.
It just made sense that we were going to do that.
Jason, you know this. You'll know what's going to happen. When I say this, you know this, but this policy I kind of have, right? Which is, I think that the Earth's been around for 5 billion years, and there's not a lot we can do about changing the global landscape. Now, everyone can flip out and say you can, but I assure you, Bitcoin mining, whatever. Elon, what do you think it costs for you to make all those chargers? What do you think about all the coal power that charges those cars? Come on, man. We're not serious. Like, we want to make ourselves feel better. Like, oh, let's have a Bitcoin council to protect the environment from Bitcoin mining.
Meanwhile, China just destroys the world.
Meanwhile, China just decides to, like, do anything, dump in the river. I'm an investor in a company called MTX Limited. You know why? Because it's the number 2 polluter in the world. What is it? Textiles. Number 1 is oil. Number 2 is textiles. And China just dumps the water, all those chemicals in these rivers like crazy. We're all delusional that we think we're going to make a difference, but we need to make ourselves feel better. We need to justify all of our behavior. And so Elon gets to be like pacify a bunch of people that are, Elon, you're taking Bitcoin and it's hard for the environment and you shouldn't take it because all the mining costs is involved.
No, see, it's obviously, first of all, China is the biggest culprit, no doubt, hands down. But I think it's self-serving for Musk. This isn't like a group think, pat me on the back, altruistic, I'm a popular kid in class because green is popular now. He sells electric cars. And just to run you through some of the math, Elon Musk knows this math very well, that we waste 50,000 terawatt hours of energy every year globally. We waste 50,000 terawatt hours of energy globally. To run a Bitcoin network's anywhere between 120, some estimates are maybe 200 to 250 terawatt hours. When we waste 50,000 terawatt hours a year globally, and it only takes 150 terawatt hours to run a Bitcoin network, on a global scale, it's a nothing burger. So this is an obvious shoehorn for a green revolution. He's using the power of Bitcoin, and it's following, and the ideal behind it as a catalyst to spirit by which he will profit from it in the end. That's why he's doing this, and that's been my take since jump.
Hey, all global Bitcoin, we mine Bitcoin.
Yep.
Yeah, I like it, and we've not been selling any of our Bitcoin. We just keep it. Yeah, it just sits there.
That's great.
We just keep it so far.
So does mine.
We don't have to get rid of it.
It's going to sit.
Can Marshall explain the risk of Bitcoin being killed by countries, banks, creating their own crypto and forcing everyone onto it? Can you explain that, Marshall?
Yeah. Well, first of all, I want to say, Blaze, his prior comment, he's in construction, and he mentioned that construction material costs are going through the roof, and he's an analyst, and I agree with him on that. As far as, let's see, can you just scroll down a little bit to explain the risk of being killed by, I don't see it being killed by countries and banks. I mean, that's...
China's trying to do it, though.
Well, they're not going to kill it because it's the people, man. See, when you don't look at it as just an asset class to find alpha, and you believe in the ideal, a guy like Saylor believes in the ideal, I believe in the ideal, and many others do, it can't be killed. As far as banks, central banks creating their own crypto, it's going to be exactly like central banks creating their own dollars today. They'll just increase it. They'll just inflate the crypto. It'll just be another addition in a spreadsheet and a digit. So I think that Listen, it's hard to kind of wrap your head around some of this stuff. I understand that because it's so revolutionary and different, but it can't be killed. The people can't be killed, and Bitcoin can't be killed by the countries. And a bank creating their own crypto is only going to buttress and highlight and illuminate the power of Bitcoin in the fact that it has a baked-in diminishing supply, and it's a sense of currency. It's an asset for the people. So I think whatever they try to do is just gonna illuminate the value of it even further. So I look at these equations, I kind of flip them on their head a little bit because the way I look at Bitcoin is different than others. It's not just an alpha play to me.
What's up, Jason?
I hope that answers it.
Just looking at some after hours tickers.
I could be
here.
wrong, man. I could be wrong, but that's how I feel.
What after-hour stickers?
Just a couple of crypto tickers, keeping with the theme.
Okay.
Hey, the U.S. government could or may possibly
You're welcome, Blaze.
levy a large tax on crypto. I mean, that's possible to try to scare the people. They might put a short-term cap game on it larger than, a typical equities, small, short-term trade.
Even more reason to not sell it.
Yeah, I mean, that's for sure.
They
may put something in place that tries to deter the people from accumulating it.
Yeah.
If that happens, it will test the will of the people, number one. Number two, possibly the people may decide to rotate money into precious metals, which I'm a fan of also.
Yes.
You can't go wrong with holding pure physical silver and gold. But like Marshall said, this is decentralized. The fiat currency that they may try to increase via digital is just another form of fiat.
Exactly.
Backed by what? What is it backed by? So, just don't fall for the...
It's going to be a fiat crypto.
Yeah, it's a TARP. Don't fall for it, in my opinion.
Absolutely.
So
they could put the squeeze on the people. You're right. They could put the squeeze on the people and they could hurt you bad for trying to get it. I mean, if we go that far in the extreme. But the guys who own it won't sell it, and if you want to get your hands on it, then it's going to be an even further inflation of the price. I think it's bulletproof.
yeah, there will be panic sells, but you know what? Some of the whales will accumulate.
Exactly.
I mean, that's another thing that's a little bit of concern to me. Is like Elon said, a small amount of people do own a lot of Bitcoin.
Yeah,
and that can be a little bit scary as far as the balance of power goes.
Oh, is there the whales on a lot of it?
For sure, they do.
Sailor, Grayscale.
Yeah, Grayscale.
Grayscale owns a ton.
But listen, if the hashing power leaves China and comes to America and Europe, that's, in my opinion, that's another opportunity for companies in those countries to take advantage of mining what's left in the Bitcoin sphere. If China decides to, shun the bigger miners in China, well, you never know what's going to happen. There's a company right now that has 3 letters of intent to buy power manufacturer.
We're long that stock, SOS.
Yeah, SOS.
SOS, yeah.
They're actually doing due diligence on a few facilities here in America right now.
Awesome.
And they're a big believer in hydro. They have hydro in China. Will China pick on them even though they're using a low-cost utility? I don't know.
We are not short Bitcoin. Whoever asked that question, no way are we short Bitcoin.
And by the way,
we're long Bitcoin. We're not short even one iota of it.
No.
Yeah.
We're not short any of the Bitcoin miners.
No.
We're long Canon, SOS. We're out long CleanSpark. No. We're not shorting Bitcoin.
No.
I'm close. And we mine Bitcoin for Alliance Cloud Services, which is our data center in Michigan. We have a data center that we lease in Indiana. No.
Yeah.
I do want to go to GameStop real quick. Let's pull it up. The meme stocks went crazy today. Jason, I'll let you cover this. I just shorted it.
You did?
And when it went up to $210,
yeah.
I sold the 220, I believe, calls, and I sold the 290 calls.
It looks like all the meme stops ran together today.
I'm like an insurance company. I get paid for risk here.
I mean, AMC, another one. GME, Express, KOSS,
But
Naked.
The only thing I can say is it's got a $15 billion market cap. They're going to raise more money as it gets bigger, right? There's no question.
Yeah.
The one thing I would say that if I'm stretching and going, okay, how do you justify GameStop? And this is a big stretch, and I'm not suggesting you're long the stock, but if you are long it, the gaming industry is bigger than the movie industry, the entertainment industry, and a bunch of other industries combined. It's like a gigantic platform, right?
Yes.
So you could argue if they're going after such a big platform, 14 billion is probably nothing compared to what what they're going after, right?
Yeah.
So if you believe in Ryan, the Chewy guy, maybe he's going to get them focused on stuff that could get them to a. But here's my point: is it going from a $15 billion market cap to a $30 billion? You know, and then you're competing against people like PlayStation and how they distribute product.
Yep.
You're competing against Riot. They're not really competing against Riot, but I'm trying to say that those players are so big now and established. And the way people buy games, I mean, when's the last time you went and bought a game at GameStop?
No.
Oh, yeah.
I mean,
10 years ago?
my kids get games. I don't even know how they do it. They just put it on my credit card somehow.
Yeah,
it's
you
like
get
automatic.
You get it right from the console.
Right. He's like, I want the game.
Yeah.
And my son, before he went to school, he was into this FIFA. And he'd buy all these coins and go crazy on stuff like that, you know, to play FIFA games. And it
Yeah,
was all digital.
right.
Like he didn't, I don't.
That's where
we didn't
they
make
have
we
to
didn't
move.
make a trip anywhere.
Yeah, exactly.
I didn't go buy a CD.
They're like Blockbuster in that respect.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think that was the short, right?
Yeah, that was the
So
short.
I keep writing calls against it. I keep getting paid, and I'm going to keep doing that.
If we're talking meme stocks, the one with the most upside, in my opinion, is Naked, NAKD.
Is Naked considered a true meme stock?
Yeah.
Well, that's because they got a ton of cash and a low.
Naked has the most upside, in my opinion. Naked, out of all the stocks in the meme category, has the most upside.
It has a different feel than
For
a
full
meme
disclosure,
stock
we're
to
long
me.
Naked.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean, I guess we got to pound that into oblivion that we're long Naked.
sure.
What else do we want to cover today? I got a
Yeah, I
bunch
just
on my
want to
mind.
jump in just one more time on Bitcoin,
Sure.
just to speak to your point about the balance of power, because you're right. People can buy Satoshis. If you can't afford a full Bitcoin, guys,
true.
just buy a Satoshi. Buy $20 worth.
Yep.
And that's what makes it's such a liberating thing, that it's so incredibly divisible, unlike gold. You can't, otherwise you're going to have to shave a piece of gold off, right? I mean, Bitcoin, buy a Satoshi if you can't afford a whole
Why
coin.
is it called Satoshi?
That's named after the so-called inventor
But I mean, is
of
it
it.
like it's just a partial Bitcoin?
No, isn't it? Yeah, it's a partial Bitcoin.
A Satoshi is like a.
It's like a
10
cent.
cents.
Yeah,
A cent.
Yeah,
Got it.
the
Satoshi.
equivalent.
All right. Is there any way to see Todd's portfolio? To see it?
They want receipts.
They want to see receipts?
They want receipts, man.
I can show you one of them.
Understandable.
It's not my portfolio. It's the portfolio I manage. Hey, can you zoom in on this? This is just one of the portfolios.
Okay.
I believe this portfolio has. Let's see. This has 300,000 in it. Let's see of Naked in it. Hold on. Let's see. Can you zoom in on that?
Let me see. What is that bottom? Is that
Just for
right
full
or-
disclosure, I dropped my phone. That black piece up there, it's still Naked Brands. It's just I dropped my phone. There's no like.
What's
yeah,
that? I
screen
see
there.
300,000.
Yeah, I see naked.
Do you
Where's
see
that?
the 300,000? Hold on.
I see long
It's right there.
300,000.
300,000.
Long 300,000.
Yeah, that's just one account.
That's
Yeah,
legitimate.
Very good. That's legit.
Receipt.
Can you see my whole portfolio?
Receipt.
You want to see my whole portfolio?
Uh-oh.
No.
No.
Nah, I don't think so. Do
No.
you go see other people's portfolio? I mean, do you call up?
Can we see yours?
Call up Stephen Cohen and ask him for his
You can
portfolio.
see that on the video fine.
Yeah.
What?
No,
You can see it fine?
Yeah, the Naked.
Can you see the Naked?
Yeah, I saw it. Yeah.
I'm actually down a little bit on that side, that position.
Yeah.
I got to buy more. I think I bought some at 62. Add PTIX here after 6.6 million to float. Nice look and feel. I love this stuff because these guys bring us ideas. It's like,
Yeah.
this show might be better for me.
Nice look and feel. That's so.
Can you write that down? PTIX.
Yeah.
What do they do?
PTSD?
We're going to do a live review of this right now on screen. Let's go do it.
PTIX.
PTIX. What is this? What is PTIX? PTIX.
Protogenic.
We
Up nicely. Protogenics Therapeutics.
Yeah.
Let's look at the your 1 year chart. So it was up. It went to 6.99. Then it got crushed. So then you have to go look and see why it got crushed. Year to date, it's up 82 cents. The 5 year. Oh yeah, it reversed somewhere. Mm-hmm. We'll look at it. To me, when I buy a biotech, I don't look at them as value at all. I only look at them at the potential for the drugs and how much cash they're going to need, what they're burning.
Yep.
When I buy things like Friedman Industries, that's been in business since 1965, went public in 1972, paid a dividend every quarter for 196 quarters, has cash in the balance sheet, not heavily in debt, solid management. The guy who runs it came from Cargill.
Yep.
Okay.
Then I look and say, okay, do I have the odds in my favor?
Yeah.
You got to ask yourself if you have the odds in your favor.
And you have a huge macro environment push on that as
Yeah.
well.
The macro helps a lot too.
Big time.
But I don't file 13Ds if I don't have the money to kind of go after the company. So I never file a 13D with the idea that I can't go after the company. Otherwise, it's a waste of time.
Yeah.
Then I'm just an investor.
Right.
Jason, what do you got?
What? I got some questions here about the interview. Is it ever going to happen?
Yeah, I absolutely was active today working with him. Yeah. I understand his perspective, and I assure you I'll keep you informed. I am diligently trying on my kids' life.
Yep.
Diligently trying to get an interview with Justin. Diligently. I texted him today. I talked to someone who knows him today. I'm diligently trying to make that happen. I think he thinks he wants to go do it when he's ready. Todd, will MTIX partner with Naked on swimwear? I don't know. I don't run MTIX. Keep in mind, guys, I'm the executive chairman. I allocate capital. I'm a capital allocator. I'm an asset manager. I look for undervalued assets with disruptive technologies with a global impact. I try to buy things that I understand. That's why sometimes I'm in the weeds, right, Jason?
Yeah,
Jason,
sometimes.
you understand stuff I don't understand.
Well, we just have a kind of play off each other. You know,
Sure.
so we have our strengths and weaknesses.
And then there's Marshall. There's Marshall who says, I'm putting my whole portfolio and everything I got in Bitcoin.
Hey,
That's it.
it's not a bad play.
Although I saw your car yesterday. That's not everything you got. Marshall got this new car, and it's a like a longer BMW, like a 7 Series, but a sports car. And it has blue calipers. So it's
Yeah.
all black with beautiful blue calipers. It's a really great looking BMW.
It's a pretty
I'm
one,
a fan. What else do you want to cover?
I got a ton of tickers up there.
Hey, can we cover the NFT space real quick?
I don't know that much about it because
I don't know
I'm
anything
not
about
a
it,
believer.
and I see Sherwin asking a question. I'd love for people to explain it to me. But you know the guy who the little kid bit his finger? Charlie, you bit my finger.
Yes.
Of course, that NFT's for sale on May 22nd. Or did it already sell? It may have already sold.
Yeah.
And according to Crypto Joe, they took all the they took all the they told YouTube to take all the videos down, and now you have to pay to watch it.
Yeah.
And I'm fascinated that I didn't
Yeah.
understand the NFTs with control. You can now you control the video. Like I used to think,
Yeah.
why would I buy a LeBron James dunking video? Well, if you own it, you can tell those people, I didn't license it to you, please take it down.
Yeah, the NFT is an authenticator of digital products. So digital art, clips, etc. that we're talking about, because there's no way to authenticate those things because they could be reproduced and be stolen. So the NFT allows an authentication process to occur where you can take ownership of something digital. That's why it's huge. It's huge. So if you're a digital artist, okay, like if you want to buy a Rembrandt, there's a one of one.
Right.
Okay, and they are in this day and age, we have digital artists that are just as good and compelling and beautiful. And an NFT
But if I own Rembrandt,
allows you to NFT allows you to purchase that as an asset, specifically art, because it has a value to it. It's a one of one. It's an NFT authenticated one of one digital product that you own, and it allows you to sell it and trade it. But keep the authentication. So, like, if you don't have the NFT that's associated with it, then everybody knows it's a ripoff, it's a knockoff, it's not the real thing. I mean, that's the beauty of it. It's a way, because we've basically we have taken everything that's atomic and digitized it. And when you do that, you have a problem with ownership authentication. The NFT is a solution for that.
I had to get my head around this because it took me a while to get my head around Bitcoin. I got to get my head around NFTs.
It's big. It's big.
I see Dan, a buddy of ours. Both of us know Dan. He's in the audience.
Who? Dan Kozel.
Yeah.
Oh, my man. He's our friend from up north.
Yeah, Canada. Yeah,
From Canada.
eh?
But he's an American through and through. He wants to talk about XRP. Well, if we could talk about XRP. Let's talk about the energy. If we, as it relates to energy.
What do you say about XRP? Because
XRP
the
is-
SEC is trying to smash them.
Yes.
They're kind of winning right now. XRP. That lawsuit
Yeah, I
with
mean-
the SEC. They seem to be doing pretty well with it.
And they surged after they were taken off Coinbase. Interestingly enough.
Why'd they surge?
They were delisted and then it surged subsequently.
Yeah, Coinbase They're kind of cowards, by the way. They
Yeah.
delisted it
Yeah.
because XRP got
Because of
charged
litigation.
with the litigation
Yeah.
over being a security,
Yep. Yep. Exactly.
and then it went crazy.
Totally.
I wonder where else you can trade XRP.
So, like, my thoughts on it is that
Binance.
it is definitely, it's definitely a part of the crypto ecosystem, and it has massive value, no question about it. My thoughts on all of this stuff in the crypto world is that I'm looking for the best dressed, best in class, the highest alpha I can get, and the strongest mover, and it's Bitcoin. So I'm not going to diminish my returns. I mean, you could find alpha anywhere in other places, but like I said, I'm bought into the ideal, and so I'm not diversifying in that respect. But if you're looking for alpha and you agree with it, and you think what they're doing is right, which I do, and there's value, then let it roll.
let's go through some tickers real quick. Clean Spark. What do you want to say about this today, Jason?
They had news today, actually.
What was the news?
They actually, let's see. Looks like they did an solar plus storage power solutions. They had news on their
They're holding
solar
up.
side.
They're holding up well relative to other crypto miners.
Yeah.
I think they're doing fine. I
They're
know
doing
we're-
more and more on the solar microgrid side of the
Yep.
business, which is pretty cool. They do some military bases. Obviously, they're going to be expanding into the California market because of rolling blackouts. There's a need for microgrid solutions there, even in residences too now. A lot
Definitely.
of those. So that's pretty cool.
Let's check out AMC. That rally today, 20% effectively up, $2.73. Did they introduce like a new kind of way of watching a movie?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or is their popcorn better popcorn than someone else's movie theater?
Are they giving away Bitcoin or something?
I don't know.
are they doing?
AMC is going to $1. So I'm not a fan. I'm short it. For full disclosure, I think AMC's toast.
There he is.
No, not tomorrow. But
Shorting
I think AMC. Okay, let me put it a different way. Maybe AMC, the company, survives,
right.
but the dilution and the ability for them to pay their rents and their debt level and all the stuff they have, nah.
They're going to be forced to change their model like GameStop.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I
Now
agree.
maybe it goes to 200 on its way to $1, or at least lower prices. Friedman, I already covered. Torchlight. Okay, we have a big disclosure here.
Yeah.
Full disclosure on Torchlight. Jason, take it away.
We are no longer in Torchlight. Full disclosure, we sold our entire position, 250,000 shares.
Jason
up
made a
around
cool $100,000
230.
on that.
Yo, I made about 100,000 on that trade.
It was a nice $100,000 trade. That was, by the way, the road to 100,000 in profit was full of drawdowns.
Yeah, for sure.
If you look at the, let's look at the 1 month here.
I saw them
That's
fishing.
the road right there. Let's go to the 6 month. That's there you go.
That shows it right
Yeah,
there.
that's the road right there.
Yep.
They PR'd today that they're looking for more proxy votes. 46% of the shareholders voted. I'm thinking that we're going to, we took all our profits today, and we will look for possibly a re-entry. I'm not that certain that they're going to be getting all the votes in a timely fashion, so I just wanted to make sure that we booked that win.
Yeah, so for full disclosure, we're out of that stock. ANVS. Oh, sorry. That's one of our trading tools, and it told us ANVS like 100 times one day.
ANVS will be on the short sale stock restriction tomorrow.
They are. They did a deal. They sold 1 million shares at $50. They raised $50 million. They have an Alzheimer's and Parkinson's disease early stage drug, and we are long that for full disclosure.
ANVS currently after hours below the offer of 50. It's at 49.08.
Ammo Munitions, POWW. For full disclosure, about 100,000 shares of the preferred on the offering. It went to 26.75. I think it went to actually 27.
Yeah.
I'm long approximately 100,000 shares. I think I actually sold a little bit at 26 and some change today. Of the preferred, paying 8.75%. It's not convertible.
Right.
And when the stock hit 645 today, I lightened up on approximately 80,000 shares of ammo. We're long around 450,000.
Yep.
Down from our 800,000 share position. And that's just because from a risk control perspective, we wanted to lower our overall risk to the market and exposure to the ammo stocks right now, but we're still bullish. I want to be clear. If it goes down, I want to buy more.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So I didn't want to add to the position, and I don't want it to go down from there. So I cut it back so that if it went down. So here's my philosophy. I know a lot of people say, well, why were you selling it then? Well, we had an 800,000 share position. It ran to 9, pulled back. We cut some of it in the 7 range, 783, and it kept kind of like all the news, the great news was out. They even pre-announced last week.
Right.
And so we decided to cut the position down to about half. And that way, if it goes and runs, and our thesis is right, we still make good money. But if it goes down, we can buy more at better value prices. So we cut it back because I have an allocation limit, and I'm not going to own more than I already had. And I at one point had $5 million.
Well, yeah, we have $5 million in ammo.
Right.
POWW.
Right.
Yep.
So we cut that back. We love the position. Canon. Oh boy. Thank you, Canon. Well, we traded this stock perfectly, and then all of a sudden the world came to an end because it's a Chinese crypto manufacturer. We got smoked there.
Hang tight on earnings. I think there'll be a surprise, in my opinion.
We're long Canon.
Hang tight on their earnings.
SOS, we're long this. We actually own it at 358. We own 200,000 shares. That's fine.
Yep.
It actually rallied above 3 today and couldn't hold. And then U.S. Gold. Yes. Jason loves gold.
Yeah,
What can you do with gold anyways? Make a couple rings? I mean, what is it?
What do you mean,
you can
dude?
do
It's
some jewelry.
fungible. You can do all kinds of stuff.
Jewelry? What's gold good for anyways?
Wealth preservation.
Just buy Bitcoin. No one uses gold anymore. Except in
You're
electronics.
starting to sound like me now.
And surgery and other things. Okay, so
Yeah.
gold matters.
Yeah, gold matters.
Are we going to play that last segment real quick?
Sure.
Let's play it. Yeah, let's do it. We're going to play you a nice segment on my thesis of cryptocurrency. Let's play that. Are we going to put it on the screen up there? Are they going to be able to see the audio?
Crypto rallies.
Are we going to play that last segment real quick?
1 second, guys.
Sure.
Let's play.
There we go.
That's weird.
Let me cut a couple things we got going on here. Okay.
So we're going to cover the IPO of Coinbase and what yours truly said about crypto.
That's a.
Perfect.
I don't know.
We got it?
It's a good
Crypto
clip.
rallies.
I tell you, when you see it.
really a good clip. Stay with us.
Here.
Well, there's a law in action here.
No, there's no low. We had it on fast.
There we go.
We
there-
could run it on fast.
The crypto rallies. No, I do think that Bitcoin goes higher, a lot higher.
But I think there's going to be a little bit of a breather. Once the Coinbase thing happens, 2 days of trading happen. Is there any real news after that in crypto for a while? I remember the short-term bubble for the internet. I'll never forget the day. Was the day that AOL announced they're merging with Time Warner. The greatest destruction of value in human history. And I think Coinbase is not that, but I think, and it's an adoption of a new technology and a new strategy, a new platform. But I think Coinbase will be exciting for a few days.
For sure.
And we sell and may and go away.
I mean, Bitcoin's rallying right now.
You got crypto at still 62,000. I mean, would you have ever complained that crypto was 62,000? You got Ethereum nearing 2,500, or is it at 2,500?
It's right there. It's close. But right now, like Bitcoin's 52.1. It's down about.
I see Bitcoin right. Oh, I do. You're right.
Yeah.
52,000.
But look at Ethereum.
180. Ethereum going higher at 2437.
Let's see what happens when Ethereum to Bitcoin gets to 20 ratio.
It got crushed over the weekend.
Yeah.
I saw it at 47 something, right?
The ratio of Ethereum to Bitcoin has shrunk to around 21 Ethereum to equal 1 Bitcoin. But listen, we didn't talk about Bitcoin, who's been very volatile today. It's 55,978. Ethereum's 3462, but all of the crypto tickers took a bloodbath.
This is
today.
episode
All the
80, so
crypto
when you
tickers
watch
got
this, you can see we
blasted
talked about it
because
from
of
episode
Elon.
50.
Elon just went nuts. And then he starts talking about Doge and how to improve
Elon
Doge. And,
went nuts.
I mean, I see this guy. He's easily influencing markets.
I did not expect it. If you would have told me it would have went below 30,000 intraday, I would have said you were nuts.
Listen, it's obvious that Musk is a macro guy. He's a big, huge thinker. He's trying to push the world forward. It seems like he's trying to strong arm and shoehorn people into a position here, especially the miners. I think he's going to use Bitcoin as the catalyst to spur a kind of a green revolution. Miners are going to want to go hydro, go nuclear. They're going to want to do that.
The China Vice Premier Liu came out and commented about the digital currency regarding crackdown in China, which has been ongoing since 2017. Well, he reiterated that, and immediately crypto fell off the cliff. Currently, at this time on air, Bitcoin is 35.9.
Crypto is kind of pulling down the market.
Yeah.
And it's a $2 trillion, $3 trillion asset class, and it's weighing heavily on the market.
So,
I got to say,
yeah.
If anyone thought there's a reason why I shouldn't be doing this show, I think there's a reason why we should be doing this show. I think we add value. We don't charge for it. I bring guests on that I hope would help out. And I'm not an ego guy at all. I know that you guys, some of you don't believe that, but it was Josh who said, let's put that clip together. Well, actually, I might have said, Josh, I think the day that Coinbase went public, I said, you guys, this could sell off for a while. That is not meaning that I'm not going to make wrong calls. But I think the purpose of this show is to keep us educated and maybe a different point of view from someone. I'm actually, when you watch people on CNBC, I'm not talking about James Cramer because he runs that charitable trust thing.
Right.
But when you watch people on CNBC, all of those people, those commentators, not the actual people that run money, but the actual newscasters, they're not allowed to trade.
Yep.
Right.
They have to put their money in mutual funds. I trade. I invest money for a living. Let me reword that. I invest our money for a living. I do not invest on a professional basis for other people. Well, I do in real estate a little bit, but I'm not a licensed investment professional. The show's for entertainment purposes, but we have to point out occasionally that we provide entertainment with actual information.
Sure.
Right? What did you think of that?
You nailed that one.
I think we nailed that one.
Yeah. I mean,
Definitely.
the thing that's the thing we can't predict is China.
We can't.
I mean, you never know what's going on over there.
Sure.
I mean, we still don't know. I mean, they're coming out saying that there's certain things that they're doing to take, to try to prop up their digital yuan. But until we figure out what's going on with the other large hashers over there, we're not going to know exactly what's going to happen. Again, SOS, a monster. Tons of petahash over there. They're looking for outs in Europe and America. Let's see what happens. I mean, Bitmain has always had inspirations to go public.
Right.
Bitmain, the largest ASICs miner producer on the planet, they're going to have to shift all of their marketing and sales to everywhere but China, it looks like. Let's see what happens. Another thing is the green, like you talked about with Elon, the green movement. And now I'm looking at stuff that's really irritating me on Twitter about Joe Biden looking across anywhere but America to get the bulk of the metals and necessary minerals to make America electrified and to go green. When we sitting here in our backyard in Alaska, we have the second largest copper mine on the planet.
Yep.
Hey, by the way, I want to ask all you a question, by the way. How's that student loan forgiveness thing going?
Yeah.
Those of you out there that all hated me, all those millennials, student debt's crushing us, Joe Biden's our man. How's that working out for you? I wondered. You don't even have to respond.
Yeah.
This is literally. Why do I bring this up? Because Joe Biden's administration needs to approve the Pebble mine. We have $1 trillion plus of our own availability, and we're going to China to get metals and precious metals and things we need. What do they call them again?
Rare earth
minerals.
Yep.
Why are we doing this?
This is
Joe.
crazy.
How does it make any sense that we have the Pebble mine with $1 trillion plus of copper and all kinds of other stuff?
Rhenium, Mali. The U.S. Army Corps of Engineers gave it a clean FEIS, and then politically, Trump loses the election. Miraculously, Joe Biden wins, gets more votes
please.
than Obama, and then boom. Oh,
You're
no,
making
we're
a
not
fool
gonna
of
mine.
yourself.
Alaska
you let
needs-
all the people down. You didn't even give $5,000 of student forgiveness or $10,000. It was a promise to nowhere.
Yep.
By the way, I'm not even for student loan forgiveness. So be clear.
Yeah, I'm not either.
I'm not for it. You borrowed the money, you pay it back. I've been dead broke and had to pay money back, and people sued me, and I paid them. Hey, we got to wrap up here. Marshall, thanks for being on the show.
Happy to be here. You're welcome.
I need to hear the joke of the day. It's a dad joke. Let's go, Skylar.
All right.
Let's go.
So, why are you supposed to bring 2 pairs of socks when you go golfing? In case you get a hole in one.
Ho!
Perfect.
You hear that?
Beautiful.
Sleepy Joe.
Hey, just about China, I just want to say this before we wrap. I know what's going to happen there. I can predict it. The miners are going to want freedom. Just bet on that. That when if there's a monetary interest, they're going to be looking for freedom.
Oh yeah.
It's the human condition.
Hey, if we didn't get to your question, we're really sorry. We only got 30 seconds left on the show. We are going to be introducing some new shows. There's a real estate show coming out about syndication, things we're doing in real estate. I'm trying to lure Marshall up here to do some shows with me and Jason.
Yeah.
We appreciate the time for Josh, my man Roland. Thank you for some advice, helping me out. Skyla, Nick, Brett, Marshall in the house, Jason,
sir.
Willie. It's been a pretty exciting time. Things are
Absolutely.
going well. Hey, it was a great day. Hope you're having a great day too. We'll see you tomorrow. Don't forget, we're going to be in Indianapolis, the Indy 500. We'll see you later.